The Machine is a dystopian sci-fi short film that takes place in a distant future where a computer is elected president. I'm Chris McElroy, writer and director of The Machine, and I'm going to show you how I made an epic sci-fi short film right here in my garage. This is my garage. It's a small 10 by 10 space, but with a little bit of creativity, the possibilities are endless. The first scene we shot was the election day voting booth. We pretty much maxed out the space here. We bought some cheap dividers and put them along the walls with some practical lights. The lights were made from scrap styrofoam and cardboard. Specifically, these lights were made from styrofoam I took from the packaging of the space heater, while this light was made from a cardboard cat carrier box that I got when I adopted my kittens. Once each piece was painted to have a metallic industrial look, we lined the inside with cheap orange tissue paper. Then we took a tube light on the inside and voila! We had an easy-to-move practical light. Note that these 3 lights are the only practical lights we had, and they appear everywhere throughout the machine. If you have limited resources, you have to be efficient in using them. Moving the lights shot by shot is a trick I learned from John Carpenter's Halloween. They shot the movie in the spring, so they only had a few bags of fall leaves that they would move from shot to shot each time they had a new setup, to give the illusion that the entire area was filled with fallen leaves. Moving on from practical lights, we had a single light with blue gel just off screen. Pump in some smoke, and I cannot stress the importance of this, and suddenly you've got a rich atmosphere for these lights to bounce off of. Now this shot's funny because every single person on set appears in it. No one is behind the camera. This is me, this is Connor, our DP, this is our lead actor Parker, and this is Paul, our jack of all trades. Finally, we have Corey, our producer, in the robot costume, which we'll talk about shortly. But right now, I want to take a moment to talk about sound design. Sound design is without a doubt the most underrated tool in a filmmaker's arsenal. Take out the visuals and just play the sounds for the audience. They'll fill out the scene in their head. Waves crashing transport them to the beach. Audience cheering transports them to the baseball stadium. Echoey chatter and PA announcements transport them to a busy hub like Grand Central Station. Now take those sounds from a big echoey room and overlay your footage that in actuality is just a small wall, and suddenly the audience fills in everything just outside the frame, making them believe you're actually in a large, cavernous space. Let's go back to the robot costume. I made 2 of these by hand, and I love the way they look on screen, but they were really janky off screen. The bodies were made from cardboard and tape, all coated in a copper spray paint to match the orange hue that characterizes the machine itself. The cardboard was stiff and didn't allow for a lot of motion, but I kinda liked the robotic feel that it gave to Corey's performance. The arms and legs were made of an aluminum flex ducting, which brought a cool retro look to the robot. Finally, the helmet was made using foam, barge cement, and a heat gun. For the eyes, I glued red LEDs on the inside of the helmet. They looked awesome, but the unfortunate side effect was there was no visibility for the person wearing the helmet. This caused a lot of bloopers for the few shots later in the film when the robots were running into the scene.
Keep coming, doing good. Oh, that's the wall. That's...
The next thing we had to shoot was the voting booth itself. This was just a few pieces of cardboard taped together and spray painted metallic gray. Next, I cut the center out and placed a tablet on the inside. Prior to the shoot day, I made a video in After Effects that we could shoot practically. The main reason I wanted to do this was because, frankly, I'm not great at VFX, and I knew it wouldn't look as good if I tried to comp in screens in post-production. It also gave the actors tangible things to work with, resulting in a better overall performance. Now the downside of doing the screens practically was that there was no flexibility on the shoot day. We had to be very careful and meticulous in our planning to make sure every screen looked the way we wanted before the day of the shoot. It was a big effort, but the end result of all the planning is a practical effect that looks a million times better than even the best screen comp. It can't look or feel any more real because it is real, and that's the beauty of handmade movie magic. I hope this video inspires you to go out and make your own movie in a garage. And if you like this, be sure to check out our other videos on the making of the machine. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and remember to always be creative.
Okay, you're rolling, so.
This is awesome.
Alright.
Alright,
Good call, Pat.
Chris, want to get this off me?